In the darkest depths of our oceans lives a creature so extraordinary, so alien, that it seems to have swum straight out of a prehistoric nightmare. It comes from a world without light, a world of crushing pressure and eternal cold. Down in the abyssal plains, things exist that defy our understanding of life. They are born in darkness, live in darkness, and die in darkness. But sometimes, just sometimes, one of them rises. It ascends through the water column, a shimmering silver apparition breaking into our sunlit world. This is the oarfish. To describe the oarfish is to describe something that evolution ought not to have produced. It is the longest bony fish in the world. Imagine a creature that is all length and no width. Its body is a ribbon of muscle and bone, laterally compressed until it is almost flat, like a piece of silver foil stretching on and on. Specimens have been confirmed at over 26 feet. That is longer than a London bus. And all of it is propelled by a dorsal fin that runs the entire length of its body, undulating in gentle, hypnotic waves. The skin is scaleless, smooth, coated in guanine, a polished metallic sheen. Encounters with a living oarfish in its natural habitat are extraordinarily rare. For most of scientific history, our knowledge came from decomposing specimens washed ashore. They were clues, but incomplete, like trying to understand a lion by studying its bones. It was not until the advent of deep-sea submersibles and ROVs that we began to see the animal in its realm. And what we saw was more majestic and more mysterious than its dead remains suggested. One notable encounter. In 2013, a team in the Gulf of Mexico recorded an encounter at nearly 1,600 feet. It moved with a serene, effortless grace that belied its size. The footage yielded insights into locomotion that beached specimens never could provide. Other sightings: divers in Mexico filmed 2 silver ribbons near the surface, their red fins blazing against the blue. Long before science gave it a name, humanity knew the oarfish. We knew it through stories whispered by sailors staring into the vast, lonely sea. It became the sea serpent of mariners' nightmares, a monster lurking beyond the horizon. Yet many historical accounts match oarfish descriptions with uncanny accuracy. Accounts from the 16th and 18th centuries describe towering serpentine beasts that fit the oarfish profile. Not fabrications, but interpretations of a real animal viewed through myth and fear. These stories coloured maps with monsters in uncharted territories, marking the boundary between the known and the unknown. Fishermen called it the King of Herrings, imagining it guiding the shoals, a royal motif that stuck, a legend long before it was a specimen. Nowhere is the oarfish more deeply embedded in folklore than in Japan. Here it is known as Ryugu no Tsukai, the messenger from the dragon god's palace, believed to be an emissary of Ryujin, ruler of the sea, residing in a magnificent palace on the ocean floor. When one washed ashore, it was a divine message, an omen to be interpreted. Tradition held the messenger appears before earthquakes and tsunamis. The belief, a deep-sea creature sensitive to subtle tectonic shifts. Researchers have looked for correlations, but no definitive statistical link has been established. For every stranding followed by a tremor, there are many that were not, likely a form of confirmation bias. Yet the legend endures because humans seek patterns in chaos. For all its cultural significance, the oarfish remains one of the great puzzles of marine biology. Its life in the mesopelagic, between 660 and 3,300 feet, makes it difficult to study. A world of immense pressure, near total darkness and stable cold. It lacks a swim bladder, the organ most fish use to control buoyancy. A baffling omission. The leading hypothesis, vertical orientation, lets it scan upward over a larger area for tiny prey. Krill, small squid, drifting jellies, an energy-poor menu that rewards energy-efficient strategies. Propulsion is generated by a gentle, constant ripple of the dorsal fin. Slow, controlled, energy-efficient. Its silvery guanine coating reflects ambient light, a form of camouflage in the twilight zone. The red crest, sensory organ, communication device, or mating display, we do not yet know. The great unknowns of oarfish biology are its behaviours, how it travels, how it communicates, how it reproduces. We have scattered sighting dots across the globe, but virtually no continuous tracking data. Tagging one for long-term tracking remains a monumental technological challenge. They may undertake vast vertical migrations following the deep scattering layer, a false bottom of tiny organisms. We know eggs are buoyant and larvae live near the surface before descending into the depths to transform. But we have never witnessed mating. The courtship, breeding grounds and triggers remain hidden. The life cycle is a story with a missing beginning and a missing middle. The absence or degradation of otoliths makes aging specimens impossible. A lifespan could be decades or centuries. Everything in between is a black box. The oarfish lives a dual life. Down there, simply a fish, a quiet survivor in a stable but unforgiving environment. But when it enters our world, battered ashore or caught in an ROV beam, it transforms into symbol and story. Scientists want to tag and sequence it to understand fin mechanics and genome. Storytellers want to feel the thrill of encountering a sea serpent. These impulses feed each other. They make us both scientists and poets. Learning its biology need not erase the mystique. Reality can be stranger than myth. The truth of its survival may outshine any legend. It reminds us the ocean keeps its wonders waiting in the dark. In an age where every corner seems mapped and catalogued, the oarfish persists. A shimmering rebuttal to the notion that there are no mysteries left. A giant with global distribution, yet its life story is nearly blank to us. We know less about it than about some dinosaurs from 66 million years ago. Its existence is a quiet challenge. Despite our technology, we are still scratching the surface. The deep ocean is inner space, and the oarfish is its strange, silent astronaut. As long as the oarfish remains a mystery, the ocean keeps its magic, wonders yet to be seen. In the vast, silent depths, the oarfish continues to guard its secrets, a living testament to the countless mysteries that still lurk in our planet's final frontier.